Receptors are specialized protein molecules that are located on the surface or within cells and are responsible for recognizing and binding specific molecules, such as hormones, neurotransmitters, or antigens. Once a receptor has bound to its specific molecule, it initiates a signaling pathway that leads to a physiological response in the cell. There are many types of receptors, but some of the most common ones include 1. G-protein-coupled receptors, GPCRs. These are 7 transmembrane receptors that are activated by a wide variety of ligands, including neurotransmitters, hormones, and sensory stimuli. GPCRs are involved in a variety of physiological processes, including vision, smell, taste, and regulation of the cardiovascular, respiratory, and digestive systems. 2. Ligand-gated ion channels. These receptors are involved in the transmission of chemical signals across the synapses between neurons, and they open in response to the binding of a specific neurotransmitter. When an ion channel is activated, ions flow across the membrane, resulting in a change in the electrical potential of the neuron and the generation of an action potential. 3. Enzyme-linked receptors. These are receptors that have intrinsic enzyme activity, and they are involved in a variety of processes, including growth and development. There are several classes of enzyme-linked receptors, including receptor tyrosine kinases, which are involved in the regulation of cell growth, differentiation, and survival. 4. Nuclear receptors. These are receptors that are located within the cell nucleus, and they are involved in the regulation of gene expression in response to specific ligands. Nuclear receptors include the steroid hormone receptors, which are activated by steroid hormones such as estrogen and testosterone. 5. Cytokine receptors. These are receptors that are involved in the immune response, and they bind to cytokines, which are signaling molecules that are released by immune cells. Cytokine receptors are involved in the regulation of immune cell proliferation, differentiation, and activation. 6. Transmembrane receptors. These are receptors that span the cell membrane and are involved in the transmission of signals across the membrane. Transmembrane receptors include integrins, which are involved in cell adhesion, and ion channels, which are involved in the regulation of ion transport across the membrane. 7. Pattern recognition receptors. These are receptors that recognize pathogen-associated molecular patterns, PAMPs, and damage-associated molecular patterns, DAMPs, and are involved in the activation of the innate immune response. Pattern recognition receptors include toll-like receptors, which recognize a wide range of PAMPs and DAMPs. Each type of receptor plays a unique role in the body and is critical for normal physiological function. The study of receptors and their ligands is a rapidly evolving field, and new receptor types and ligands are being discovered all the time.